Good morning. Seriously, I just want to start out the day by welcoming everyone, thanking everyone for being here. I am Diane Billings Burford. I know some of you are like, who is this lady? And I'm Diane Billings Burford, and I have the pleasure of being the Chief Service Officer for the City of New York. And what that means is in 2008, we had this financial collapse. You may have heard about it. It was pretty bad. And in 2009, Mayor Bloomberg, made a decision. We knew we were going to come on to a time where we were going to have increased needs across our city, and we were going to have decreased resources as far as money and traditional resources. But we firmly believe what most of you in this room know, because you have lived it. And we firmly believe that the resource that is most important, but that we will not run out of, we call it the power of the people. We believe that if people make a decision we have a tagline, use your blank for good. It's on my little button. If people make a decision to figure out what is your blank, whether it's skill, talent, time, a passion, if you figure that out and you make the decision to use it for someone else, that is what will get our city through difficult times, and that is what will, when we are in good times, will make us great. And so I have the privilege of heading that office. We run 22 initiatives out of that office that have 6 impact areas because I spend taxpayer money, but I pay taxes, so I think I ought to be held accountable and people ought to look and see what we're doing and it not just be only about pretty words. And so I invite you all, after this, of course, because you're going to be riveted all day, to check out nyc.gov/service and learn more about NYC service. I know that I am talking to a population that understands service more than most, and I firmly believe that you have skills and talents and passions that will make our city better. But for today, my hope is that we are bringing something to you rather than you are bringing something to us. And even as I ask you to figure out what more you can give to us in the future. Today is one of our initiatives, a part of one of NYC Services initiatives, a part of the Mayor's Office initiatives called Support Our Troops. When we launched in '09, we had far more troops overseas, and so Support Our Troops looked like asking New Yorkers to donate goods, to come and give time, to make packages, to help us pay for postage, and so that every troop that asked for a package, we sent one out to. We were really happy. We sent out literally about 38,000 packages. Over time, the need for Support Our Troops, what we think is the real need, has changed. We have more troops who are home. We have veterans who are home, and we think the thing that New Yorkers can do to help support our troops is to help this transition, and to help our veterans who have given time and who have given service to take this career, this next stage of life to the next level. And so today is the second time that we have done this, and we have asked companies, and I'm going to name some of them because they have just been such great partners, and individuals to say, we need you to give service to those who have given service, to help them in this transition and to just make things, to offer some opportunities. So that is what today is. Let me tell you personally, I'm a Brooklyn girl who hates wasting time. So Brooklyn, we go hard, but I hate wasting time. And I am usually that person in the audience at a conference that is like, if they just stop talking and I could go home, this would be great. Or if I could get back to my desk and do my work, that would be great. And so I say that because I want you to know I have that approach. And so we have worked very hard. I hope that everything we offer today offers you value so that you are not thinking, if they could stop talking, I could go home, or they could stop talking, I could be doing something of value. We really hope that we have put together things today and brought you people that really know what they're talking about. So maybe you get some value from the day, you get some wisdom from the day, you get something that you can take to the next level, and it really is professional development and personal development for you. So that is our goal. I want to thank the people, and I'm no spring chicken anymore, so I am going to read so I don't miss people. I want to thank Credibility, an organization today that is going to be leading resume writing. I want to thank Time Warner Cable, who has just been wonderful. I'm sorry, Time Warner Cable's doing resume writing. Credibility is doing financial empowerment. I want to thank the Institute for Veteran and Military Families. And I want to thank A&E Networks. They are taping everything, so just be aware. You know, you could be on camera. And I want to thank Estee Lauder, who I think almost everything I ask Megan from Estee Lauder, she does, even if sometimes she doesn't want to. And I appreciate it. Where's Megan? I appreciate it. I do. I don't know if I always say that, so thank you. One day after Sandy, I asked Megan to bring a bunch of people out. We're having a big service day, and literally, I'm not sure one more thing could have gone wrong. She just looked at me, crossed her eyes, and got on the bus. So I thank you. And then I've saved J.P. Morgan Chase because really, they have been such a wonderful partner in this. When we began to have the conversation that Support Our Troops needed to look different, J.P. Morgan Chase said, what do you need? What can we do? Here are all the resources we have. We have never had to ask, oh, I wonder where we're going to have this conference. They have always offered the space. We have never had to ask, I wonder who could run a great financial empowerment workshop. If they didn't do it themselves, they found us wonderful organizations like Credibility. And so I feel funny thanking them because we are in their space, right? And so I really am, I don't know what to say. You guys have been phenomenal, phenomenal partners in this. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Todd. And thank you, Maureen, so much. I am going to step down for a bit and introduce Maureen Casey, who is a managing director at J.P. Morgan Chase for Military and Veteran Affairs. And again, I think Maureen can better put into words all that Chase has done, but they have been more than a partner. In some ways, sometimes we have to figure out who's leading because they take the lead so often and then we take the lead, and it has just been wonderful. So Maureen, thank you.
Thank you, Diane. And while she graciously offered for me to talk about what J.P. Morgan Chase is doing, today is not about J.P. Morgan Chase. Today is about all of you in the room. So I will save that for another conversation. But I just wanted to say good morning. Thank you all for joining us today. It is a distinct honor for me to welcome all of you here to J.P. Morgan Chase and our second celebration of service event for female veterans. Since our first one last June, we have been eager to hold another. I'm not sure, there was something about the energy in the room last year that was generated by that event. I think personally that it was the energy generated by having 125 military women in one room that made that event so successful, and we're hopeful for the same this year. I must begin by saying thank you to all of you who have served our country. Your sacrifices and the sacrifices of countless others who have worn our nation's uniform have made it possible for the people of the United States to enjoy our freedoms. Now it's our turn to do something for you. We at J.P. Morgan Chase are committed to developing meaningful programs and services focusing on serving those who have served. As our CEO has said, our servicemen and servicewomen deserve nothing less. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge our partners who have made today possible. Diane and New York City Service, A&E Networks, Time Warner Cable, Estee Lauder, the New York Liberty, the Institute for Veterans and Military Families at Syracuse, and Credibility. They are all here to help you, sharing their resources, guidance, and expertise. Please join me again in thanking them for being a part of today's event. It is no secret that many veterans struggle as they face the challenges of transitioning from military service to civilian life, be it with jobs, family, education, health, and wellness. We have also learned that women veterans potentially face unique challenges, making their transition perhaps more difficult in some ways. Balancing career needs with childcare, securing safe and affordable housing, and the effects of military sexual trauma are just a few of the things that have been identified as impacting a female veteran's ability to make that smooth transition. On the employment side, your ability to find a job that adequately matches your qualifications, skills, and interests will largely be based on how effectively you can communicate what you did in the military to those of us in the civilian work environment that may not be familiar with MOSs. You must know that your military experience and skills have prepared you well for working outside of the military. We just need to be sure that you have the tools required to convey that. And that's what today is all about, helping you bridge that gap between the military and the civilian environment. In addition to the presentations and panel discussion, we've also provided time to network with your fellow veterans, with as well as representatives from support organizations and other employers. Take advantage of this opportunity, get to know one another, learn from each other, as well as the experts that are here. I hope you find the program today to be helpful. We have tried to build on the successes of last year, and based upon the feedback we received, make some adjustments where necessary. Again this year, we will ask you to complete a survey. Please take a few moments to do that. Your thoughts and input are important to us. If you have ideas about what else we can be doing, please write them down and share them with us. As I often say, I can't fix what I don't know. I am privileged to work for a company that wants to make a difference for the military, veterans, and their families. We want to fix stuff. I think we are doing okay, but I know there's more that we can do, and there is no one better to inform our decision-making than those of us who are living it. I am now going to turn things back over to Diane. She is going to explain to you how today is going to work. Let me conclude by saying thank you again. You have my deepest gratitude for your service. Enjoy the morning, and I will see you at lunch.
Okay, so here we go. Before I run down what to expect for the day, I just want you guys to know I am so excited. We have someone in the room, and it takes a lot to excite me. I will say I just had my 4th anniversary being a part of the administration. I get to, hang out with Mayor Bloomberg, meet famous people. I'm not over it, but it gets to be a bit much. Although I was very excited the other day. I met LL Cool J. That was a moment. That was a moment. Yes. My daughter doesn't think he should be my screensaver, but he is. So, but on a serious note, I'm really happy. Today we have Dr. Lyra Gillette here. And so I just want you guys to know in this room we have and I want to get this right, the highest ranking African-American woman in the Air Force in the room with us. So Ms. Gillette, Dr. Gillette, and she's right here. She's so unassuming, but it's moments like that, like I just feel inspired just by being there. And to add to it, right, like she's done all of that. She's a doctor, highest ranking in the Air Force. Let me tell you, she's a great mother. I hired her daughter. Her daughter's the bomb. So there you go. On top of everything else, I also want to just say hello to Dr. Maxwell, who I see who is here, and I am so privileged to have you. I pay attention, and I hope today you guys will take advantage to pay attention to, we have greatness in the room, women that I have been able to, even though I don't personally know them, look at their careers, look at the steps they've taken and learn from it. And so I hope we offer some of that today as well. So I just thank you for being here. Here's how the day is going to go. We are going to, I know you can't believe it, you're going to leave me. And we're going to go from here to workshops. The workshops are financial empowerment, personal presentation, entrepreneurship, resume writing, and interview skills. So we have workshops that happen after this. I think you have 3 breakout sessions, hoping that if we keep it, we wanted today to be intimate, but we also wanted the workshops to be very focused. And hopefully you'll have time to get the information and ask all the questions that you want for this day to be about you and what you personally need. We have 3 workout sessions, workshop sessions. I gotta go work out in the middle of the day, it's on my mind. 3 workshop breakout sessions, then we'll have lunch and a networking session during lunch. And free food is always great. And we should have some great table leaders with you to have some discussions. I'm very excited that the Commissioner for Veterans Affairs, for the Mayor's Office of Veterans Affairs, Terry Holliday, will be here later. He is going to be so excited because he's Air Force as well. And so he is coming to close things out, and we'll have some other great people. Not the biggest thing, not that one is more important than the other, but some of the feedback we got was there are a number of resources out there, but you have to go a lot of different places to access them. So we will also have a resource fair at the end of the day with a number of organizations here in case you want to just speak to them, make a connection with someone who is at that place. We'll have State Veterans Affairs, HRA, Department of Homeless Services, the Mayor's Office to Combat Domestic Violence, the Social Security Administration, Administration for Children's Services, City Bar Justice, Urban Justice, Small Business Services, for those of you that are really thinking of being entrepreneurs, Headstrong, Credibility, the Institute of Veteran Families, NYC Service, so you can use your blank for good after today is done, the Mayor's Office of Veterans Affairs, the Wounded Warrior Project, and the Veterans Posse Foundation. So all of those groups will be in one place for you for a resource fair, and you can go and see any and everyone that you wish to see today. So with that, I won't hold us up. I want us to get started. If I don't have the pleasure of seeing you again, because I have been told I have a meeting downtown at 11:30, so I won't be here very long. Maybe I'll come back again for lunch. I thank you all for coming. Again, I truly hope that you get value out of this day. I think we have worked very hard to put some things in place so that you can. And I will let everything begin. Kevin, should I be saying anything else? All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I feel confident, even though I will leave eventually, NYC Service is all around, and I'm not going to say they're the best staff ever, but they are. So have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you.